The lights dim on the historic Ed Sullivan Theater, a 33-year late-night legacy suddenly erased. And just like that, well, Hollywood has an $8.4 billion mystery on its hands. Welcome to Starscope Report. Join us as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and, viral influencer scandals.
Yeah, from red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
Exactly. And today's deep dive is a big one. We're unpacking the headline, Colbert Cancellation Exposed What CBS Hid.
Right, because this wasn't just the sudden end of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. It sent corporate shockwaves rippling right through the industry.
It really did. But to understand these shifting tectonic plates, we really have to look at the Bittersweet send-off first.
Oh, definitely. The final week was intensely emotional. Jon Stewart actually flipped the script for it, taking the host chair to, interview Colbert.
That was incredible. They were joking about being turd miners who managed to retire just before a turd asteroid hit the planet.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And Stewart went all out. He gifted Colbert these luxury recliners. He even brought out Grammy winner Andra Day for, a private serenade of her hit, Rise Up.
Oh, wow. And the emotional anchor was when Stewart shared David Letterman's advice saying, don't confuse cancellation with failure.
Which carries immense weight, after a 27-year friendship.
Right, exactly.
But Stewart wasn't just being sentimental. You have to look back at his viral July 2025 monologue on The Daily Show to get the full picture.
Wait, the one where he dropped, 24 F-bombs?
That's the one. He completely blasted CBS for what he calls corporate cowardice. He literally told late-night executives to, sack up.
Right.
He painted the whole cancellation as this shameful retreat into bland, fear-driven content.
Okay, but let me push back here for a second, because TV shows get canceled all the time, right?
Sure.
Especially when they cost upwards of $40 million a year.
True.
So is Stewart just venting about his friend losing a job, or is there an actual corporate smoking gun hiding in the fine print?
Oh, there is absolutely a smoking gun.
Yeah.
And it's the reason we are talking about billions, not millions.
And that's not even the wildest part. Later in this deep dive, we'll talk about the multi-billion-dollar twist nobody saw coming.
Yeah, so if you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
So getting back to it, how did this all start?
Well, let's look at the timeline. Back in 2023, Colbert declined a 5-year contract extension. He opted for a shorter deal instead. Yeah, and by doing that, he unknowingly left a door unlocked for CBS to pivot.
Okay, I follow that. He leaves a gap. But how does that trigger an $8.4 billion mystery?
Right, so enter Paramount's mega merger with Skydance Media. When you merge companies of that massive size, you need approval from the Federal Communications Commission.
Right, the FCC.
Exactly. And FCC Chair Brendan Carr openly stated that canceling the Late Show franchise actually helped CBS comply with regulatory expectations.
Hold on, wait, I'm confused. Why does the FCC care about a late-night comedian? Are you telling me a multi-billion-dollar corporate merger hinged on firing the guy telling jokes at 11:30?
In a roundabout way, yeah. When a media giant faces intense regulatory scrutiny from a politically divided commission, they want a clean slate.
That makes sense.
Right, and late-night comedy, especially Colbert's specific brand, is highly polarizing. So to get that $8.4 billion deal pushed through, Paramount needed to lower its political temperature.
Heck.
They were actively clearing out potential liabilities just to appease regulators.
So it's basically like flipping a house. You're trying to sell a massive mansion, but the living room has this giant controversial mural painted on the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of risking the buyer backing out, you just quietly paint the whole room a neutral, boring beige before the final walkthrough.
That is a perfect analogy. You paint the walls beige to get the sale. And that house flipping strategy wasn't just about Colbert, by the way.
Wait, really? What else did they do?
Well, Paramount also paid a quiet $16 million settlement to Donald Trump.
Oh, right. Over that contested 60 Minutes interview featuring Kamala Harris.
Precisely. And just to pause here for a second for you, the listener, our goal today isn't to take political sides.
Absolutely not. We are not endorsing Stewart or Colbert's viewpoints regarding the former president or the administration at all. We are strictly reporting the factual claims contained within the source material.
Exactly. We're just following the money and the corporate mechanics here.
Yeah.
And the money tells a really clear story.
Right. Clear the deck of political friction, settle the lawsuits, cancel the polarizing shows, and secure the Skydance merger.
Which brings us to the fallout, because the industry sees exactly what's happening. In a historic show of solidarity, Jimmy Kimmel announced he will air a rerun on Colbert's final night.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just flat out refusing to compete with the finale.
Meanwhile, CBS is surrendering the historic 11:35 p.m. time slot entirely. Like, instead of replacing Colbert with another sharp satirical voice, they're plugging in Comics Unleashed.
A cheap, apolitical, syndicated game show. They really did just paint the walls beige.
They really did.
Which leaves us with a fascinating question to ponder. With that legendary time slot surrendered to cheap syndication, is this just the end of a single television show? Or are we witnessing the death of late-night political satire as we know it?
It's definitely something to think about. You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.